To all who come to this happy stream, welcome. Indie Land is your land. Here, for 30 straight hours, we'll throw back to fond memories of the past. And here, youth may savor the memes and dope aesthetics of the future. Indie Land is dedicated only to indie games and to those who would have fun playing them with us, along with the hope that we'll be able to make a difference in the fight to research and treat dementia all over the world, and be a source of joy and inspiration to everyone. Also, Grant Kirkhope's going to be here, and some developers who are way more famous than me. So, enjoy your time here at Indie Land.
Since the dawn of Donkey Kong, there have been many different kinds of power-ups and upgrades in gaming. In short, a power-up is typically a large temporary power boost, while an upgrade is more lasting or permanent. They can serve as buffs to overcome hurdles or new abilities to access areas previously unattainable. This was one of my first top 10s ever, and I'd like to take a new stab at it today with a fresh eye. Welcome to one of my redone top 10s. Top 10 power-ups and upgrades in gaming. This redone top 10 comes from one of the videos that was taken down from last year, so I hope you enjoy this fresh new take. Please wait until your rage meter is completely empty before trashing me for my picks, you raptors. This is my list of my personal preferences, but you can let me know what yours are in the comments down below, and also let me know about any ideas for future top 10s as well. Enjoy!
Number 10.
People always told me, be careful of what you do. But when it comes to Michael Jackson, I let all my reservations go. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the arcade is something so special. You zap baddies with sweet jazz powers of blue lightning and melee twirls that slice up your foes and can cut a tomato. Shamona! During the game, you get dance power-ups or health from saving children. But the true power-up is unleashed when you team up with Bubbles. No, this isn't a Mr. Clean ad, but Mr. Clean, our doors are always open. No, if you find and team up with Bubbles the chimpanzee, you transform into a mega Michael Jackson bot of destruction, complete with lasers and rockets. Bubbles would typically appear right before big boss fights, so you could dispatch them in style. But I wanted it so much more. I didn't want to stop until I got enough. So, now I own an arcade cabinet that contains it. Oh, giant metal Michael Jackson, I love the way you make me feel. Guys, you need to play this game. Just do it. Just beat it. What the f***? I hope you all enjoyed those puns.
Number 9.
A game that truly requires no introduction is PacMan. Everybody knows it, and I see it largely as one of the forefathers of arcade games that we know today. It has a simple goal: eat all of the dots, avoid the baddies. What makes PacMan so strategic and fit for everyone is in fact the ultimate power-up, the Power Pellet. The Power Pellet transforms all of the ghosts into munchable meals if the player so chooses. There's a strategy in that as well. This simple power-up magnifies the quality of the gameplay tenfold. As a limited power-up, it's very rewarding yet balanced, and as the game progresses, its effect duration decreases to effectively zero. It's almost as if Toru Iwatani was telling us that although the Power Pellet is a fun feature, it's also a crutch for the player if they want to get really good.
Number 8.
A common video game power-up ability is Invincibility, but just because it's common doesn't invalidate it for me. Some of my favorites include Full Aku Aku Mask from Crash Bandicoot, the Chaos Emeralds or Invincibility box from the Sonic series, and of course, Super Mario Bros.' Star Power. They are all rewarding in their own ways to fit their games. Sonic's is especially crafted to reward the player if they get all of the Chaos Emeralds. It also creates an extreme desire to collect as many rings as possible in order to maintain Supersonic. An understated quality of Invincibility in games is that for a short time, you're given a reprieve from worry or challenge. You can blast through a particularly tricky part, and for some, reset the occasional monotony, a kind of recharge for your batteries. Invincibility power-ups add excitement, changes of pace, and splashes of color to jazz up all of the games they're in, not to mention the badass themes that usually come with each one.
Number 7.
The oft glazed over transformative power-up that bred its own kingdom is the mushroom from Super Mario Bros. The famous red and white mushroom doubles Mario's size and lets him be able to take one extra hit. Sure, larger Mario cannot fit through as many spaces, but the ability to break bricks is always welcome. It also allows you to encounter fire flowers while you're looking for red mushrooms. The mushroom becomes a recurring feature in nearly every subsequent Mario game with varying effects. But why the hell does it have eyes? Why did they add that? Is it alive? Is it a toad baby? Is it a random creature? I like that it's cute, but it doesn't mean Mario should keep consuming him.
Number 6.
Kill some baddies, get a buff. Kill some more baddies, double the buff. Lose a wing or a life? Bye-bye buff. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Star Fox 64 laser upgrade in a nutshell. I remember fondly back in my Star Fox 64 days when getting the laser upgrade and keeping it meant the difference between giving the Star Wolf crew a thorough boppin'
I can't move!
or me being at the tail end of a can of whoop ass. Getting the upgrade is easy enough in most of the Star Fox games. All you need to do is blast an enemy and you receive the first tiered upgrade, or find one somewhere hidden in the stage. Wash, rinse, and repeat, and boom, you're now a real badass, and Andros ain't got nothing on you, baby.
Number 5.
As far as transformative upgrades go, I love the plethora of stones found in Pokemon, Pokestones. There are Leaf Stones, Thunder Stones, Moon Stones, Sun Stones, Mega Stones, etc. But now they've added Mega Stones, a lot of Pokemon have Digimon-like evolutions.
Blastoise Mega evolves into Mega Blaster!
A Megastone creates a true limited power boost. Boosting your Pokemon's max potential in battle is quite exciting, and the fact that it reverts after battle creates a very tactical approach for the player. Another of my favorite stone upgrade is the Everstone. Sure, it's an anti-evolve stone, but allows me the ultimate bliss of keeping Bulbasaur in his best form. No upgrade is the best upgrade for that adorable flower lizard. You know what? I'm calling it now. Bulbasaur may just be the best fictional creature ever created.
Number 4.
Super Smash Bros. Has been the talk of the town lately, and one of the best original power-ups to come out of Smash is the Smash Ball. Not only is it an insane power-up, but it shows off some of the coolest characteristics from these characters and their franchises. As a power-up, I find the Smash Ball fascinating. First, the Smash Ball emerges, and then everyone changes their tune. A new priority is in town. The competition to break the ball ensues, and to the victor goes the intimidation. The remaining players find the best positioning to weather the storm of the superpower, or take the risk of trying to beat it out of the owner. It's essentially a social experiment every time. If you have the ball, it's a blast to watch all of your friends squirm in fear. If you don't, you get the f*** out of there. The adaptation required from this power-up is both epic and fun. The freedom of expression and creativity on Sakurai's part is also a sight to see out of each Final Smash's design. But let's be real here, Luigi's Final Smash from Brawl was the best and the most confusing at the same time. What the f*** is going on here? I don't know, but I love it.
Number 3.
As the reigning queen of power-ups, Samus Aran has an abundance of overpowered badass upgrades. The Morph Ball is iconic and allows for highly varied movement. She has many different beams, from the Plasma Beam to the Wave Beam to the Spacer Beam. They're all awesome in their own unique destructive ways. And I don't even have time to talk about how expansive her wardrobe must be with all of her different suits. But by far my favorite power-up in Ms. Aran's arsenal is the Screw Attack. The Screw Attack has appeared in almost every Metroid game since the very beginning, and it's not hard to understand why. This power-up has it all. When Samus jumps with the Screw Attack, she gets an aura of energy around her that can destroy almost any block or enemy in her path. I'm not talking about doing a little bit of damage either. This move evaporates enemies in the blink of an eye. It's also the ultimate increase in Samus's movement capability. She can now air jump, spin, and flow any way that her heart desires. Need to reach that missile expansion at the top of the level? Screw Attack it. How about that hard to reach power bomb increase? Screw Attack it. Did Mom hide those cookies on the top shelf again? No, she didn't, because because Mom's dead. Ridley incinerated her with the plasma breath and ate her, and now Samus is alone in the universe by herself, and I feel bad for her. Maybe that's why she hunts Metroids? Well, she doesn't hunt Metroids, she saves them. She kinda hunts them, but she saves them. My heart bleeds for Samus. I want her to be okay. Oh, and Ridley's coming to smash. Oh no! No! Oh, she's fine. She's a bounty hunter. She'll be good.
Number 2.
Since the inception of the very simple yet unique game Rogue in 1980, everyone wanted to jump on the bandwagon to cash in on the fame and glory, and thus, the only eponymous genre was born. I'm a huge fan of roguelike games, as loose as the definition is. I've played tons of Binding of Isaac and more of Enter the Gungeon lately. It seems the jury is still out on what the exact definition of what a roguelike is. It's a very subjective word anyway, so why does everyone get so up in arms about it? My favorites tend to satisfy these traits: random dungeon generation, permadeath, map exploration, resource and item management, and killing a boatload of different baddies. Gerard, wait, did you actually mean roguelite? Cause you're wrong. Roguelite basically means roguelike, so it's even more subjective and loose. Call it what you will, at the end of the day, what I'm talking about is the power-up known as power synergies. To organically find a power synergy in a roguelike is quite exciting. When every item pickup and buff builds off each other, you just feel so good. With the Binding of Isaac, for example, I think my ideal combo would be Sacred Heart, Mutant Spider, Epicac, the Parasite, and Polyphemus. You can't lose at that point. That synergy would work so well because each buff magnifies the rest. The Parasite splits the tiers, and the Sacred Heart makes them home in. And the Mutant Spider multi-shot multiplies all of the above. I love that all the power-ups change the way Isaac and the other characters look. To the player, this translates to the uglier the better. More recently for me with Enter the Gungeon, I love the grappling hook combined with shotgun coffee, shaka cola, and the jetpack or wax wings. Give me that sweet, sweet mobility, baby. I'm really stoked that we're playing it on Beard Bros right now. At the end of the day, in general, the beauty of roguelikes is the many different synergies that arise organically and the variation of every run. It's a different experience every single time. It's so fun to see how buff I'll be each time and how. But I think the most important thing is that at the end of the day, I will one day complete the Binding of Isaac. Until then, stop asking!
Number 1.
Now, this is one you're all gonna hate, but I absolutely love. In Super Mario 3D World, you can transform Mario into a kitty. Not just a tail and ears like from Super Mario Bros. 3. No, I'm talking a full-blown bona fide kitty. Man in a kitty suit. Kitty suit man. He scratches, he climbs, he can't decide if he wants to go outside or stay in as soon as he's able to. It's so ridiculous, but it works so well, like everything does with Nintendo nowadays. To cat scratch a Goomba is one of life's true pleasures. And the Goombas themselves can even be kitties too. But what's even weirder is how well it works. There are tons of power-ups in Mario 3D World, but the cat power-up is the one you want to hold the entire time. And there's even a gold variant. That's so sick! Kitty Suit Mario is fun, fast, agile, and cute as a button. It's perfect. Damn it, Ted. You had to do this pun again. So those were my top 10 power-ups and upgrades. It was a vastly different list from my original, and a fun one for me to revisit. I look forward to doing new lists and redoing more ones that I've locked away. That's all, guys, and I'll see you all next time. There's also a new episode of The Completionist on Saturday, like every week. Every week. Guess what? Saturday, new episode. Next Wednesday and Saturday, new episode. We do new episodes all the time. You can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man.